Hey, this is Amanda with Big Duck Canvas. Today I'm going to be making the Easy Tote. I'll be using 22-ounce canvas burlap, 10-ounce canvas and natural for the lining, and cotton webbing for the straps. I'm going to be using my industrial machine with some heavy thread. First you're going to want to sew the lining piece to the exterior piece for both sides. There you have a nice flat seam that you can take to the iron. I love to iron my seams. You should always iron your seams. It just makes it look really nice. Then you want to press your seam flat and just get it ready to take that top stitch. So when you top stitch, you're going to stay pretty close to the edge, just like a 1/16 of an inch. And I usually keep my stitch length on about 3 or 4 because it just looks nicer to have a bigger stitch. Then you're going to lay right side to right side. Match your seams and pin it's where the seams are, or anywhere you want, but especially where those seams match up so that when you take it to your machine and you're sewing, that it doesn't shift. If your seams aren't matched up, your bag will look crooked. So with the right sides facing in, you're going to want to sew around all sides of this piece. At the bottom of the lining spot, you're going to want to leave a big enough hole to pull that whole bag through. I usually do about 8 inches. And I usually like to back stitch it so that when I am pulling the bag through, those stitches don't come out. One thing that does come up for me when I'm sewing around the whole bag is when I get to those doubled up seams, I typically hand walk the machine over that part just to make it easier for myself, because even though I have an industrial machine, it just doesn't like those thickness changes. So that helps me out a lot. So now I'm almost done. I'm at the bottom of the lining. I'm about to leave my opening so that I can pull the bag right side out. But before I do that, we are going to do all the corners and tuck them in and make them look really nice. So I've already taken the time to pin all the corners, but just so you can see, there it is unpinned, and then you kind of pinch it and hold it open and get a triangle shape. And I usually do like 2 inches in from the corner and just pin it. And you want to do that to all the corners for the lining and the exterior. Each end will just get a straight line sewn across, and that'll keep the corners really nice looking. It'll make it look a lot more finished. And most bags have this done to the corners. It's just what makes it stand up flat on the bottom. So now I'm just finishing up on the exterior, the 22-ounce canvas burlap. It's a little bit thicker, so I'm going to want to do my back stitching and make sure that everything is held together really well. Alright, now it's my favorite part, pulling the bag right side out. And once I get it pulled out, I'm going to take it back to the machine and close up the opening. Everything looks good, so I'm ready to close up this opening. It's basically like doing a top stitch. I have that hole tucked under, and I'm sewing very close to the edge with a matching color thread. You're also going to want to make sure to back stitch on this part. So now we can tuck that lining down into the bag, and that's how kind of everything looks, and move on to the handles. One really important thing to do for the handles is to cut them together to make sure they're the same exact length. If you ever had a bag that falls off your shoulders a lot, or the handle just keeps falling off, it's because one side is longer or shorter than the other side. So really take your time putting the handles on exactly where you want them. So sewing the handles on is probably the most annoying part of this project. It's not hard, but you just really have to take your time, and you want to make sure to avoid certain mistakes, like sewing through both layers of the bag, or sewing too fast and sewing off the handle and onto the bag. I'm doing a 1-inch square with an X in the middle. It's a really strong stitch for handles. And you can also see that I folded my handles under a couple of inches because I didn't want to have frayed edges on the webbing handles. If you're using leather or something like that, you don't have to worry about that. And so since this part is so small, it can look messy really quickly. If you mess up, just take the stitch out and redo it. It'll be worth it to get it right. So that's basically it, besides a little ironing that it looks like I need. But that's the easy tote, and thanks for checking out the video.